All right, what's happening, y'all? Welcome to the Bookmap Thursday afternoon stream, 1 p.m. Eastern. A lot of craziness out there today. Before we get started, we're going to go over the disclaimer. Material information and presentation is... Hold on a second, let me get the music off. There we go. Material information presentation is for educational and entertainment purposes only and should not be considered specific investment advice or recommendations. Any and all statements made on this channel are the sole opinions of Options Millionaire and should not be taken as financial advice. No decisions should be made on the material shown here on this channel. Trading equities, futures, and options involves substantial risk of loss and is not suitable for all investors. Any investor can potentially lose all or more of their initial investment. Risk capital is money that can be lost without jeopardizing one financial security or lifestyle. Only risk capital should be used for trading, and only those with sufficient risk capital should consider trading. Past performance is not necessarily indicative of future results. Trading is one of the riskiest and most difficult tasks one can undertake and must be approached with extreme caution. Do not invest any money you cannot afford to lose. All right. A lot of crazy stuff out there today. A lot of crazy stuff. NASDAQ, full V-on recovery, full-on V recovery. It went from 800 or 797 to 900 with onslaught green, nothing but. Oil, CL, is down 5.3% in absolute waterfall as energy costs are absolutely just tanking. Good for your bottom dollar at the pumps. Here, 72.60. ES is 45.16, right back smack dab in the middle of the range. 15.884 here on ES, or on NASDAQ, and I'll get SPY on here. 5-minute chart. All right, bear with me. There's Bookmap. So what did we see today? We saw a strong push into 4,500 on ES and 15,800 on NASDAQ. That showed a strong buyer's response here on up. So the buyers stepped in where they're supposed to. The sellers stepped in this morning where they were supposed to. Overall, dead flat on the day. 0.00 on ES and NASDAQ right now, or 0.02. So right back to square. Inflation Reduction Act is working. Who knew? Yeah, who knew? I got a question here on the old tube of you. What do we got? I'm red today, not touching anything. That's all right. If I'm trading SPY contracts, how do you recommend I slowly work my way up in position sizing? All right. How many SPY contracts are you working with now? Are you talking about contracts or shares? You're doing options, I assume. Talk to me, Goose. Here's how I recommend doing things. Let's say you're someone who's building an account, building positions. Let's say you're doing one SPY contract. All right. Well, you do that for 2, 3, 4 months. You show consistency. Well, after that, you need to start going with 2 contracts and do that for a few months, and then 3, and do that for a few months, and then 4, so on and so forth. You get the point. But never, ever, ever do I want to say to myself, hey, I'm doing pretty good. Let me try 10 SPY. Because guess what? You're going to undo 6 months worth in one day. That's how you blow up an account in one day, is that you turn up the heat too much. I'd like to revert you back to the metaphor of the frog in the pot or some crap like that, you know, where you turn the heat up gradually. But if you throw a pot into boiling water, it's going to jump right out. That type of thing. Nah, I mean, bruh. All right. 15,875 top wick on NASDAQ rolling over. We had liquidity up and down today, and they reverted all over the place on this chart. I'm really weirded out by this oil move. Oil just got destroyed all the way down, and even then they rolled over and just got saved on a green candle because they were looking like they were going to waterfall. NASDAQ is 873, rejecting the high of the day double top, at which point it could mean revert back down. But there's a whole bunch of red pressure in this market today. Small caps got destroyed. Tech came out strong, got destroyed. Now they're back to being strong, so on and so forth. But yeah, crazy stuff today. Can really make the market a little bit red. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Definitely, Shane. You're welcome. Apart from Bookmap, what platform do you use? I trade on IBKR. I do all my analysis on TradingView, and I use Bookmap for order flow tracking. So I have 3 different softwares, and then TradyTix for options chain data. Is it a must to use Bookmap? No, nothing is a must except for price action. A place on which you can monitor price action is the only absolute must. Other than that, everything else is just ancillary, and it helps you. So, how do you mute the notification of people joining the channel? Honestly, I don't know, Goaltender. I have to work through it too, so I hear it too if it makes you feel any better. IV right now on today's contracts is 11%. That's incredibly, incredibly low. Do I have CL Bookmap? No, but I could add it. Unsubscribe. I can add it. See, I need to do / CL Light Crude. Let's do January contracts. $45.25. Think next week is going to be the doji after doji daily candles. Yeah, most likely. Most likely. Yeah, next week is going to be holiday week shortened, so high holiday volume. However, the one asterisk on that comment is, of course, NVIDIA earnings. We have NVIDIA earnings, I believe, on Tuesday, give or take. Don't tempt me on that. Oh, man. Yeah. Yesterday on stream, you said you were setting an alarm for it, for if and when the volume hits 55K. It was slow for a while. Volume hit 55K and the market picked up. How did you know? Because 55K would have been an outlier volume. So I looked at the prior pivots of the day, and I looked at the volume, what the volume was at those pivots, and it was about 40. It was like 52,000. So I figured a volume spike would hit about 55, and that's where I want to be alerted to start checking the charts again. Good question. How do I calculate that? Yeah, I look at the prior pivots. Prior pivots. NASDAQ is coming off here. Pretty big red candles. $15 was 45.10 here on ES. NASDAQ is coming off 15.863. Let's see. Sellers are starting to hold on to this tape a little bit. Not saying they're controlling it, but they're holding on to it. They are holding on to it. 15.862 here. POC on the NASDAQ is 15.848. That'd be 20 points down, which would be a nice little move. But, yeah, so far a little bit of pressure coming in, 862. They have liquidity down to 58787. CVD is negative 1,300 here. So we do have a little bit of sell pressure. You see the CVD dumped over when sellers hit this thing after that sell iceberg hit. And so far just holding up right at this level. 15.862. We need another 20 points to get down to the POC, which would be 848. Let's see what kind of liquidity we have at the POC. A little bit of red down, 15,861. There we go. Still not moving really. 15,86075. Still dropping. A lot of pressure here on NASDAQ. Coming on down. Hold on a second. I think. I may have to restart the stream real quick. Yeah, I'm going to have to restart the stream. I forgot to add on my book map. Yeah, I'll repost the stream. I'm going to